Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gillette Stadium for Super Bowl action. Everett coming fresh off a win against undefeated BC High, taking on Dartmouth, who we have to consider an upset. Brockton was ranked high in the rankings. A big win over Brockton at Brockton. Second year in a row they played there. And Paul, this is just a tremendous night for everybody, all the high school kids, all the coaches, the fans. It's so great of Robert Kraft to let him use this place, and what a thrill for the kids.
Well, it certainly is, John, and it's a thrill for Everett to be back in this game. The 10th time in the last 12 seasons, that Everett has appeared in this game. Everett is looking for its 7th Super Bowl title. They're 6-3 in Super Bowls. Of course, they routed Brockton last year 35-6, and they're looking for back-to-back. They're trying to duplicate, of course, the three-peat of 2001, 2002, and 2003. John, this is a Dartmouth team that can score by the ground with All-State running back Jordan Todman. But as we saw on the highlights from the Brockton game, they have a big receiver, Justin Mello, number 80, who had a couple of great catches against Brockton. So a well-balanced Dartmouth team, but they're going to have to show that they can stop Everett. No one this year has proven that they can do that yet.
We talked a little bit before about the game against BC High. Being on turf with the speed of Everett, that's going to make a difference. I think Everett has the edge speed-wise, and the turf gives them a little more of an edge with the turf. And we talked a little bit more about only 10-minute periods, so you don't want to fall behind because one long drive can eat up an entire period, and you wind up having to play catch-up, and you have to get out of your offense a lot quicker than you normally would.
Well, John, I think we're going to see a little more of what we saw on Tuesday night. Everett only attempted 3 passes. This is going to be the type of a game, John. It's a very, very cold night. The wind has died down considerably, but I sincerely believe Everett's going to come out and dare Dartmouth to stop the running game. Until Dartmouth can prove they can do that, I think you're going to see Everett just run the ball, and run the ball some more.
We saw John DiBiase go away a little bit. Joe Conte was the quarterback all year long, and he used 2 quarterbacks. J.W. Forty went in and took the ball from center, and most of the time it was a running play. Forty the runner, Conte the passer, and they got an awful lot of Isaac Johnson. I gypped him 3 yards last time. He actually got 100 yards. I announced at the end of the game he got 97, but he got his 3 touchdowns, going over 1,200 yards for the season, and he's been the big plus for Everett. But when you try to shut him down, there's a lot of other weapons that step up in his place. So Dartmouth's going to have their hands full trying to shut down a very good Everett football team.
Well, John, it starts and ends with Isaac Johnson, 1,286 yards rushing this year, 138 points. And again, he is going to be the guy that Dartmouth's going to improve. 156 points. He's going to be the guy that Dartmouth's going to have to stop. He's bound for Boston College. He can score by ground. He's also caught, this year, Isaac Johnson, John, has caught 8 passes for 163 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, and I wonder if we might see him on special teams a little today. We haven't seen much of it recently, but you might see the kitchen sink today.
I'm sure Johnny Bianco's not going to leave anything in the locker room, that's for sure. Dartmouth is going to get the ball first, and they're all everything back. Jordan Todman standing back, waiting. We've got a little bit of delay. We wait Igor Garcia's kickoff. We also saw Isaac Johnson an awful lot on defense. He was playing sparingly during the season, in and out of different plays, but he was on the field the entire game defensively. And that front 4 and the linebackers did a great job shutting BC High down at the 10-yard line. Starting it back and running into a pile of red and white shirts, they get across the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. So they'll start at the 28-yard line. Sean Sylvia is the quarterback for Dartmouth. And they'll send wideouts right and left. They go shotgun right away. Motion to the far side. The handoff not going very far.
Pat McGrath in there, John Chiarello in there, and coming off the bottom of the pile is Nick Cristiano.
Yeah, they give him a yard to the 29.
Interesting, Dartmouth came out in shotgun, John, but handed the ball off right away.
One thing we talked about before, Paul, the Achilles heel for Everett was their pass defense, but not this year. They've done a terrific job against the pass. They send double wideouts to either side as they try to spread Everett out. So the handoff again, not going anywhere again. JW40 in on the hit, along with Nuzzo. We've mentioned his name a few times this year.
We sure haven't. Dartmouth has gone to the big guy Todman twice for a total of 0 yards.
Yeah, they put it back at the 28, so.
Maybe they thought the look was going to confuse Everett, John, but I'll tell you, every team has had a hard time moving the ball on the ground against Everett.
Baldacchino, Tiriello, Cristiano up front, Nuzzo, La Rochelle, McGrath, the linebackers have been unbelievable. They go with a 3-man rush. And they fake it, the quarterback keeps, and he gets decent yardage, but they're going to have to kick it away to get out to the 35-yard line.
So Everett defense comes up big on the first series. Sylvia picks up 7 there, but 4th and 3 from the 35. Everett has a mild wind at its back. Earlier today, this morning, as you all know, it was really whipping. But I think down at field level here, it's not too bad at all. We saw a young man from Chelmsford kick into the wind and just win the game at the other end of the stadium. So
40 and Spinelli are back deep, awaiting the punt. The left-footed kicker gets a good one away. Takes a good Dartmouth bounce, and it's going to roll dead at about the 26-yard line. So Everett will have it for the first time at their own 26. The game against BC High, Paul, it was all field position. BC High didn't snap the ball in Everett territory until there was like 6 minutes left in the third period. BC High only came up with 34 yards rushing in that game.
And with as you brought up, John, with the short periods, the 10-minute periods, field position's even that much more important because you really can, eat up a lot of clock in one drive.
They keep everybody in tight in that double wing. Nick Brown, Johnson, and McLaughlin.
40 a quarterback, John.
Yeah, 40 keeps it, runs it straight ahead for maybe a yard. That's what they started doing that in the BC High game, running 40.
Well, we told the gentleman from Channel 38 it would be Conti a quarterback, but that was an honest mistake.
Yep.
He is typically the quarterback. We weren't trying to confuse our good friend Mike Lynch.
This is Isaac. Bounces it to the outside, gets hit at the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6. He actually ran out of room. He ran into his own man trying to get some running room. Everett, no huddle again, going quickly. Conti is now the quarterback.
Take a look at the replay. Isaac stumbles. Looks like he's going to get his feet, but then he gets nicely wrapped up at the 30.
The pitch to Nick Brown going the other way. Knocked down, but not before he got a first down.
Nick Brown running very hard on that play, John.
It's nice to see him coming back into shape. He was hurt for a while, getting back. So Everett picks up the first down of the ball game.
And that's a big play. That's a play that avoids you turning the ball right back over.
Yep, they get it out to the 37-yard line. Again, they keep everybody in tight. The pitch to Brown again off the left side. Breaks it down the sideline. One man to beat. Gets wrapped up as he gets inside Dartmouth territory, inside the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 40-yard line.
23 yards for Nick Brown, and Dartmouth's going to be thinking, gee, we stopped Isaac Johnson for just about nothing. Now here comes this number 5 guy. You'll take a look at the replay. Just a simple pitch to Brown. Shows good field awareness here. Just slides outside there and then watch his speed. He puts the ball in the left hand and he heads down the sideline and gets all the way to the Dartmouth 40. Gain of 23 and an Everett first down.
Conti gives it straight ahead to the fullback, McLaughlin. We talked about it, Paul. If you key enough on Isaac Johnson, there are too many other weapons that can kill you. McLaughlin gets it to the 25.
Yeah, as we expected, John. Nothing fancy. Just spreading it around. They've already had 4 ball carriers and have only snapped the ball 5 times.
They send wideouts left and right.
Conti is now a quarterback.
They give it to McLaughlin again. Bangs ahead to the 20.
Second and 5 from the 20 as Everett heads into the red zone for the first time. John, you saw them score the first 4 times they touched the ball the other night. We have a stoppage in play. I think
Dartmouth's
Dartmouth's
going to take a timeout, try to slow this locomotive down.
Are you warm enough here, John?
Why, is it cold?
We're inside, outside. We're in a booth,
we're half and half.
Someone forgot to close the window, unfortunately.
I'm sitting on my hands to try and keep my hands warm. Opening drive of the ball game for Everett. Trying to make it 2 straight Super Bowl wins in a row. And Paul, it's been a great ride for me because you talked about 10 Super Bowls in 12 years. I've been to all of them.
That's why you're still around.
Yeah.
You better hope they lose a few.
I must be their lucky charm. I've seen them all, from Omar Easy to Diamond Ferry to the Nuzzles and now to Isaac Johnson. And, you know, coaches pray that they can get one player of that caliber one time in their career, and you get them each and every year at Everett.
Everett looking for its 25th straight win, John. The last time they were beaten, of course, was the 2004 Super Bowl when Brockton beat them 22-21. 88-4 since 2000, and they've won 69 of their last 71.
It's just unbelievable.
As we said, it's their 7th straight postseason appearance, and they've been in the playoffs 11 of the last 10 years.
Wait a minute, 11 of the
11
last
of
10
the last
years?
12 years. See, that's the cold, John.
I knew they were good. I didn't know they were that good.
Well, it's the cold, John. I'm a warm weather guy. Here we go.
This is Isaac Johnson. Steps ahead for a first down inside the 15. Cristiano is now the fullback, helping to lead the way. And very quickly, no huddle. They keep Dartmouth on their heels.
Yeah, well, Dartmouth had to know this was coming. I mean, you know, they're very easy to scout in that regard. They've done this for the last several years now.
Yeah, you would think. The pitch to Brown off the left side, looking for the corner. He's down just inside. They're going to give him the 1 yard line. He actually went inside the 1. It's going to be first and goal for Everett at the 1. And we talked about this before, Paul. What Dartmouth doesn't want is for Everett to go on a long drive, eat some clock, and score and get the lead.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about his. Take a look at the replay. There's Nick Brown. Looked like he might have had the corner. Excellent pursuit there by who else? Jordan Todman.
The pitch in for the touchdown is Isaac Johnson.
Rico, when Nick Brown comes to the sideline, tell him not to stick the ball out. Lower his shoulder and fucking.
Isaac Johnson with his 27th touchdown of the season. He now has 162 points. Has now over 300 points in his Everett High career. Here comes Isaac, just off the right side. By the time he got hit, John, he was already in the end zone. Isaac Johnson, touchdown, 6-0 Everett.
40 will be the holder. Igor Garcia, the kicker. 40 gets it down. Igor kicks it through, and it's 7-0 Everett. Well, just quickly, Dan Izzo, Dan McFarland, Doug Hanlon, Pat McGrath, those are the guys up front.
I'll tell you what's unbelievable about that drive, John. That drive went 9 plays, 74 yards, all rushing plays. The drive took under 2 minutes. It was 1 minute and 58 seconds.
That's the only thing Dartmouth can hold their hand on. That it was so quickly, they still got a lot of time left on the clock.
Take a look at the Everett cheerleaders whooping it up on the Gillette Stadium sideline. What a thrill it has to be for them and for everyone involved with the program to be down in this beautiful venue here at Gillette Stadium tonight.
The memories alone, we saw the Chelmsford game, the young man kicking a field goal with 18 seconds left to win it for his team. You can't have better memories than that. And thanks to Bob Kraft, these kids are going to have memories they'll remember for a lifetime. Jim Noel wraps up Todman as he gets it shy of the 30-yard line at the 29.
Jim Noel has been on 2 tackles on 2 kickoffs. Huh?
Well, we're going to mention, too, a little bit different here with the Pro Stadium. The goalposts, a little bit different.
4 feet narrower than the average high school.
And, of course, The hash marks are in the center of the field.
Yeah, and they're using those 2 pro hash marks, so the ball will be snapped pretty much from the middle of the field all day.
The pitch trying to go right. Todman gets around the corner. He's loose down the sideline. They're not going to get him. He can fly. So that momentum that Everett has is gone in one play. People have not been able to do that against Everett this year with the speed of Everett. But Todman got around the corner and blew by everybody.
Yeah, well, as advertised, John, I'd like to see if we see a replay. I think Everett may have missed the tackle. Someone did have a shot at him at the line of scrimmage, but I'll tell you, once he got around the corner, he was absolutely gone. So Jordan Todman, as advertised, puts Dartmouth on the board, and they are going to now try to tie this game up, as you'll see Spinelli giving chase to no avail.
Silva knocks it through. Sylvia, the quarterback, ties it up. So
Let's take a look at the replay. Todman now goes off tackle right, and the defensive backs really caught cheating up to the line there, John. If you're going to do that, someone's got to make the tackle. Jordan Todman is opening lengths on Justin Spinelli here. Take a look. Noel is way up in the line of scrimmage as a defensive back, all the way down the sideline. Jordan Todman with ease, 71 yards. We have a tie ball game.
Once around the corner, the only person in a white shirt that could have made the tackle was on the sideline because he ran right by the Everett sideline. So
well, what
quickly,
an answer. What an answer for Dartmouth, John.
Yeah, well, that's a great way to get the Ole Miss momentum back on your side by scoring on one play. And now Everett will try to duplicate. Sylvia, it's unusual to see the quarterback kicking off, kicking points, and throwing the ball as well. We're not even halfway through this first period. We've only had 2 touchdowns scored. Sylvia, high shot kick. Baldacchino had it, dropped it, and falls on it.
You could have called a fair catch on that.
Yeah, I know it.
Got lucky that they recovered it.
At the 27-yard line is where Everett will put it in play.
So you see Baldacchino goes off, and that would have been a pretty much a disaster.
Wow, that would have been.
Turned it right back over.
Talk about changing momentum after that touchdown. That really would have changed momentum.
So it's first down and 10 for Everett. As you see, Jordan Todman, I don't think he's going to spend a lot of time on the sidelines today, John.
No, that's for sure. They spread him out. They stay in the double wing, but they widen it a little bit. The pitch to Brown, going left. Gets a block and gets a first down.
Now, they're not going to change what they do, John, that's for sure.
Nope.
Dartmouth showed no sign of stopping them. Everett picked up 5 first downs on the first time they had the football, and they just picked up number 6 right there on a nice hard run by Nick Brown.
Out to the 38, and it was a nice block by Crawford on the outside to get him loose.
As you take a look at the Everett sidelines there, some frigid Crimson Tide fans.
They give it to the fullback, McLaughlin. He backs his way across the 40. Across the 45, I should say, to the 46. He'll be a couple of yards shy. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for Everett. Spinelli and Crawford are the wideouts.
Here's the replay, McLaughlin going up the middle for 8 as we come back to live action here.
And here's the fullback, and that's McLaughlin again for a first down inside Dartmouth territory to about the 43.
So certainly what a great job the Everett offensive line, John, you mentioned them. They are really opening up some major holes here. Now they're down at the Dartmouth 43.
The pitch to Brown again, going left. And they get knocked out. They knocked him off his pins a little bit and slipped going out of bounds for a gain of about a yard.
Take a look at this kickoff here, John. That's the kickoff. Baldacchino dropped the ball. Fortunately, it bounced right back to him.
Isaac Johnson gets up a first down to the 29-yard line of Dartmouth. Spitty was out front throwing a block for him.
I'll tell you, at this pace, John, it's going to be a long day for the Dartmouth defense.
Brown again, he's getting more work than he's done all year. Inside the 30 to like the 22.
Nick Brown, John, coming into the game had carried only 41 times in 12 games for 290 yards, so averaging only 3.5 carries a game. And as you said, he's already gotten way more work than that today.
There's a flag on the play, they're talking about it.
And Nick Brown had gotten 5.
It's coming back, I think. They're going to mark it back from the 24. And it's going to be a holder, I think, against Everett. No, it's going to be a 15-yarder. He marked off 15 yards. He started from the 24. Put it out to the 39 and indicated holding.
It was a 10-yard penalty. The original line of scrimmage was the 29. Illegal use
No,
of
I
hands.
know, but he marked it off from the 24. He started marking it off from the 24. They give it to McLaughlin. He gets upended as he gets inside the 35.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 15 as we have 3.5 minutes left in the opening quarter of a 7-7 game here. 2nd and 15 from just inside the 35.
Isaac Johnson gets a hit a seam up, jumps over one guy, and gets it inside the 25. Gets it to the 23-yard line.
So from 1st and 20, John, they set up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 3rd and 4.
Isaac Johnson just rumbles his way down to the 23-yard line.
And Isaac's going out of the ballgame. They give it to Brown off that left side. Dives forward. I think he's got enough for a first down.
Needed to get to the 19. It looks like he's inside the 19, John. The spot will tell the story, but I agree.
Well, he's got at
he had
least the
enough.
19, so that's a first down. They're going to measure, but he's got it. He's got the first down. The chain actually is about an inch, a chain link short of the 19-yard line. So they're going to overcome that holding penalty. They cut out their penalties, Paul, in the BC High game. They got a couple, but they've been averaging a lot more than that per game. And they cut it down, which was really good.
First down.
The 1st and 10 from the 19. Isaac will come back in the ball game with Brown as the running backs. 40 will come back in as the running quarterback.
So this is as much as we've seen of 40 at quarterback at this point in the game, John, as we have all year.
Yeah, he did a lot in the BC High game. The pitch to Isaac off the right side. Almost refused to go down. He gets good yardage on first down to about the 12. It's going to be 2nd and 3. And that first down has been very productive for Everett so far, Paul.
Yeah, they really has, John. Other than the very first snap of the game when they only gained 2 yards, they've really been churning it up. And you see Isaac gets hit by another guy and just keeps it churning.
Isaac again. He's got a first down to about the 8. And now we got
Baldacchino
and this is the 3rd straight play
and
they've been
Arthur
wrapped up.
Fontaine. So a good job by the official getting right in there and preventing something else from happening.
1st and goal for Everett. The give to Brown off the left side, gets down near the 5. They're going to give him the 6. Second and goal from the 6 as Isaac comes back in the game with Brown as a running back. Cristiano was the fullback.
This will
40
be
the quarterback.
12th play of this drive here, John.
They give to Isaac. runs into a pile and unable to go anywhere. There was just a mass of humanity. He couldn't go anywhere.
Well, forward progress, they're actually going to give him 2 yards,
They
which
give him
is
the 4.
pretty generous.
So 3rd and goal from the 4. Big play here.
I'll tell you, John, the way that they've been going, if they ever go play action, someone's going to be all alone in the end zone, I think.
Conti is the quarterback.
They do have Spinelli spread out to the right here.
And Crawford to the left. They better hurry up, though.
Crawford with 14 catches this year, 6 of them for touchdowns.
They're taking a lot of time to run this play.
50, Rico, that's a 50.
They give it to Isaac going right. Steps around, dives, he's in.
Wow.
What great 2nd and 3rd effort. He got stopped twice and just refused to go down until he got in the end zone. And Everett has scored on both their possessions, and they get the little momentum and they get the lead back as well. That's a great drive by Everett.
13 plays on that drive, 73 yards. Take a look at Isaac Johnson. Stutter steps to the outside, and then the last 2 yards is just brute strength. He's got the speed. He showed there he has the strength.
And you say, that's a picture-perfect tackle. Hit him right around the knees, the ankles, and you knock him down. Instead, the tackler got carried into the end zone. Igor kicks it through. So the minuscule goalposts haven't hurt Isaac. They're showing it on the big screen, the jumbo
Isaac
screen.
Johnson gets a well-deserved drink of water, and he has already picked up touchdowns, 27 and 28. There he is on the first touchdown, and you'll see Conti just tossed the ball to Isaac. Once he gets to the 5, he gets right there. He gets hit at the 3. Just absolutely ran him over into the end zone.
That little high step gained him about a little, just enough to get around the corner. Igor will kick it off again.
So that was 13 plays. It was 73 yards. That time it took 4:44. Igor Garcia, 2nd extra point perfect. Now in his career, 137 for 154, just under 90%. And Everett is at a 14-7 lead in a high-scoring first quarter.
Yeah, we're still in the first quarter with 35 ticks left on the clock. Hyam and Todman are back deep, awaiting Igor's kick. It's away, a high pop-up. It bounces around at the 15-yard line. Hyam starts it back, and just grabbing an ankle was Giovanni McLeod, or he would have gone a lot further. At the 31-yard line is where Dartmouth will have the football.
So, Todman got them right back in the game on their last possession, John. We'll see what they come up with here. They are. The wind has actually picked up a little since I said it wasn't much of a factor. It's a nice coastal breeze here tonight.
Yes, yeah. I
It
should have worn my
adds a little bit
shorts.
to the ambiance.
This is one of my Hawaiian shirt. Todman runs straight ahead into a pile of white shirts, picks up a couple, maybe 3. They're going to give him out to the 34.
I believe Todman,
Actually,
John,
give him the 35.
I believe that was his 34th touchdown of the season. So he's been to the end zone before.
They gave him 4. They gave him a pretty good spot at the 35-yard line. It's going to be second
And
down
I
and
think,
6.
John, that is going to be the last play of a long first quarter.
Yeah, they haven't walked into the football yet. Now they are. So that should do it. That's going to do it for the first period. So back and forth we go. Everett scores. Todman tied it up with 71 yards. Isaac gets his 2nd touchdown. Right here, this is the 2nd one as he carries him into the end zone. And Everett wins the first period of this 2007 Super Bowl at Gillette Stadium. They're leading at 14-7 over Dartmouth, but as we've seen, Dartmouth has quick strike possibilities, especially with Todman, and we haven't seen him throw the ball yet.
Turn around, you're going to be on candid camera.
So 14-7, Isaac Johnson with 2. Momentum going back and forth, and we'll see what happens here. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for Dartmouth as we get set to start the 2nd period here at Gillette Stadium, thanks to Bob Kraft and the Patriots.
Well, it's a great venue for these kids, John. As we said, we have a terrific, right about at the 30-yard line, above the first level of seats. And
Yeah,
nothing surprising so far, John. If you said that it was going to be 14-7 after one, you'd say, well, Isaac Johnson's going to have the touchdowns for Everett and Jordan Todman for Dartmouth.
That's what everybody expected. They came to see those two kids perform, and they're living up to their billing, that's for sure. So again, that offensive line for Everett doing a job. Patrick McGrath, Doug Hanlon, Dan Izzo, Ralph Fair, Dan McFarland, and Joel Baldacchino, the tight end, blocking and doing an excellent job.
John, we have our third man in here. Al DiTullio's up in the booth with us. No sideline capabilities today, but we're going to bring him in at the end of the second quarter and get some thoughts from him on the first half. While I go get a cup of coffee and get warm.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. I knew there was a reason why you were bringing Al in.
We're very happy that there's a McDonald's in the stadium here, John.
There's no good reason to bring Al in, but I knew when you were going to get coffee, I knew there had to be a reason.
Someone's calling, John.
It's probably
no
my
one's
wife.
home.
Probably my wife.
Yeah.
Again, they go wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. Todman next to Sylvia, the quarterback from the shotgun. Sylvia keeps, breaks a tackle, and gets a first down. JW40 with Spinelli with the hit, but not before he got to the 45-yard line and picked up enough for a first down. The way things are going, Paul, you kind of think whoever has the ball last might win this game.
Yeah, John, you just got to wonder if the Everett defensive backs aren't getting just a little over-aggressive here, because that's what led to the Todman touchdown. They got caught upfield. They got caught upfield again on that play a little bit. So, even though they're trying to stop the run, there's got to be some type of a safety valve to avoid the big plays.
Well, they're almost challenging Dartmouth to throw the ball. They're putting a lot of guys up in the box. They're getting a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, and that's what happens. That's what happened on the Todman play. Everybody up close to the line of scrimmage. Once he got by the line of scrimmage, he was gone. There was nobody's going to catch him if he gets out in the clear. He's the quickest thing we've seen. We talked about the Everett speed. That's Todman's one guy who can match the Everett speed and maybe beat a couple of those guys.
Well, John, this Everett dynasty started in '96 with a loss to Zavarian in the Super Bowl, the win over Bridgewater Raynham in 1997, another tough loss to Zavarian in '98, a rout of New Bedford in '99, then the three-peat Bridgewater Raynham in 2001, St. John's Prep in 2002, Marshfield, which we just saw lose the last game here in 2003, the one-point loss to Brockton in 2004, and, of course, the rout of Brockton last year.
Again, three wideouts now to the far side, motion to the near side. They give it to the motion man coming around the corner, and good tackle, good pursuit.
Pat McGrath.
Yeah, Jim Noel also.
That was Higham, number 81.
Yeah, that's good speed too, but nice pursuit by Everett. And that's the Everett of old that we used to seeing, nobody getting around the corner on him. The speed coming up and shutting him down. They only got a yard when it looked like he was going to go a lot further.
Well, I'm sure that Todman play was an eye-opener, John, because as you said, as good as he is, they don't expect anyone to take it to the house from 79 yards against him.
That's for sure. The two wideouts to the near side this time. They give it to Todman, and he's hit and knocked down. Nuzzo making the first hit. They get it to midfield, and they actually give him a yard inside to the 49. Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Cristiano and Dancewitz. Baldacchino, all those guys up front. La Rochelle, McGrath, Nuzzo, the linebackers. Crawford, Spinelli, 40, Noel, Johnson in the backfield. They're throwing it downfield.
Oh, boy.
Interference. Both guys called it.
Yeah. If I had a flag, John, I'd have thrown it from up here.
I know.
I don't know if I could have reached, though.
I know, and it was not going to be caught. It was
right.
underthrown.
Yeah, there was a pretty good play action. They froze him a little bit on Todman, but the coverage was there, but as you said, just an unnecessary penalty.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's going to cost Everett a huge penalty. It was underthrown. It could not have been caught, but you can't really tell when you see action like that, and they just came together and went down.
Take a look at the replay. Sylvia with the left hand, and you see the result of that play. Jim Noel taking down the receiver. It's going to be in at the 33-yard line.
So that's a big penalty.
It really is, John, because you're looking at 4th and 5, and Dartmouth, maybe they go for it, maybe they not, but in any event, the ball's at midfield. Now they're at the 33-yard line.
1st and 10. Sylvia, a little pitch to Todman trying to turn the corner. No room there as he's bumped out of bounds. McGrath and La Rochelle, Baldacchino, all around the football.
Jesus Crawford also in there.
Yep. They give him to the 32.
Take a look at the replay. Baldacchino had him low. The ball was fumbled, but it went right out of bounds.
Yeah, he got a yard on the play to the 32. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Clock stopped, 8:21 left here in this second period with Everett leading 14-7.
Take a look at Mike La Rochelle, the linebacker.
3 wide receivers now to the near side. They give it to Todman. He's upended. And that was McGrath again. Chiarella was also helping out, but McGrath made the hit. He got right back to the 32, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. But obviously we're in 4-down territory here. Here's Chiarello.
Hey, what happened? John used to have that hat that he got from the shelter. Remember, John? That knit hat, the multicolored? That's actually kind of a normal hat.
You can't tell the coaches.
He won a lot of Super Bowls with that other hat.
They're all bundled up. You can't tell them half of them now. Dropping back, looking to throw. Lets it fly over the middle. That's a great patent and a nice catch. Hyam with the catch. And Sylvia got wrapped in the backfield and he's down.
Wow, and I'll tell you what, he did have very good protection, John. They got to him, but it was after he released the ball, and he looks to be hurt, and this would be a really tough loss. Take a look at the replay. Sylvia has some good time to throw, but watch after he releases it, Nuzzo
with a hit
got
and
there
a half.
Just after the release, and he really laid the lumber to him.
Yeah, he's off. His helmet's gone. I hope it's just the fact that he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yep.
But he put that right on the money.
He absolutely did. We take a look. Someone's about to be named MVP, John.
Alex, he looks like he's okay, Paul. He's coming up. He's going to have to go out of play. But
have you ever seen me so excited, John?
No, I knew they had to be.
Well, take a look here. Look at Sylvia in the pocket. Boom, Brian Nuzzo. But I'll tell you what, Sylvia knew he was going to get hit. He did a great job staying in there. Now they're going to have to take him out for one play, and that's going to bring in the backup, number 14, Alex Sykes, a senior.
He goes shotgun as well. I'm going to guess there's a handoff to Todman, and he bangs forward for a yard. They may be charitable and give him 2. They put it at the 17. They're going to put it at the 16-yard line.
And I think we're going to see Sylvia back in the game, John.
Yeah, he's coming right back now.
That's good to see, John.
Under 7 minutes left to play in this second period. We've gone back and forth. Everett scored.
Really an impressive drive for Dartmouth here, John.
Yeah, Dartmouth scored, and then Everett came back and scored. Now Dartmouth trying to match Everett again, once again. Sylvia back in the ball game. Holding it, running it to the near side, not going anywhere. Isaac Johnson bumped him out of bounds. Baldacchino had the first hit. And again, it's going to be 3rd and 8, 3rd and long.
How about that? The guy comes back in the game after getting his bell rung. They say, why don't you carry the ball this time?
Yeah, they get.
Hey, Coach, I just got nailed by Brian Nuzzo. How about someone else carries it?
They actually put it back to the 17-yard line. He lost the yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Coach, next time I'm staying out for another play if you're going to send me back in to carry it.
Yeah, I thought I was going to give it to Todman.
Okay, now is a big play. Dartmouth sends trips right. 3rd and 9 from the Everett 17.
Now motion by Hyam. They fake it to him. Rolling, looking to the end zone. Is picked off. Noel picked it off. He's going to run it out. He gets upended.
14 yard line. 14 yard line.
It's awful hard to throw it over Jim Noel, who's about 6'6". He got hit and helicoptered up in the air and did a somersault. But
Well, Jim Noel is the guy, John. He has a team leading 4 interceptions, and he's going to run this one out from 2 yards deep. And they would have got it at the 20. He gets it out to the 14, so we give him about 16. Take a look. Sylvia with the play action to the motion man Higham. He lost it up, underthrows it, but Jim Noel does a great job. He says, I'm not taking the touchback. I'm coming out, and he is going to go airborne. As you said, Jordan Todman again, but Everett takes over at the 14.
the pitch to Isaac off the right side, forward for about maybe 3. Paul, check your memory bank. I think this is the second straight Super Bowl that Noel has got an interception.
We have the capability to check that, John.
He had one last year.
His fourth interception of the season, a team leading.
He picked up 3 on the play, Isaac did. 2nd and 7. Conti gives it straight ahead to the fullback. Might have got a yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Well, McLaughlin that time.
They give him to the 18.
So John Dartmouth, 10-play drive. They held the ball, they ran some clock, and they just got stopped. But this would be a big play if they could stop Everett here. Oh!
And hitting and knocked down.
Jesus did not block.
That knocked down Brown. They went with Brown on the carry, and he is going to lose yardage. Back to the 17. Everett's going to have to kick it away, and
Well, take a look at the replay, and there's not much other than green shirts running over Nick Brown. Terrible job up front by Everett on that play.
they lost back to the 17.
Now Igor is going to kick into a little bit of a win, not too bad.
Yeah, and Dartmouth's going to get pretty good field position without a run back, and Everett's going to have to take a timeout.
And I'm going to take a sip of coffee, John. It's going to be iced coffee in a minute.
Everett only had 10 guys on the field.
That might not be the best way to set up a special teams play.
That's for sure. So this is as back and forth we go. They shut Dartmouth down for the second time here in the first half. But now Dartmouth is going to get the ball in pretty good field position without a run back.
Well, I'll tell you what, John. Dartmouth, despite the fact that they're trailing, has to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now because they answered Everett's first touchdown, and after giving up the long